you know, that's your goal, is to try to get one to 200. You always just want to keep upping your game and make it more and more of a challenge.
That just goes to show you, this is an original signed hat from 2016. Since when have you seen a white one with an original signature on it? So, man.
That's a sailing hat too, with that little bow. Straight up.
I would wear it out. I should wear it out hunting today, in celebration of the landslide yesterday. Renews the faith in the country, I guess. But that's an heirloom, so I think I better put it up just so it doesn't get lost or dirty. Yeah, I think we're all pretty pumped about the election results last night.
Okay, it's November 6th. Actually sitting in a stand that I bet you I haven't sat in for 8 or 10 years. Got the go around. It's like iconic stand, you know, for us at the Crush. This was originally Will Primos and those boys had this place like leased. And when we bought it, and I remember Will telling me about this spot, the river's right there, and a steep ditch goes down to the river. And there's a big piece up to the north of us that has like, you know, corn and beans and all that kind of stuff. It's just this thin neck here. So when they come along the river here, instead of going that way, they come around this big ditch, see, nice and flat right here. That's why they called it the go around. He said that was like one of their best spots, and you know, it's probably been 15 years maybe since I shot a deer here, and mostly because, you know, we put in food plots. Like right there, you can see the food plot and stuff. I shot a giant 9-point with big browse out of that food plot right there. I shot another giant 9 with a fork too. I mean, a couple of my best deer I shot in the food plot there. But in the last couple of years, 2 years ago, I bought the farm to the north of us, and so we've got, you know, that all food potted up and stuff too. And there's a big 10 that was here early. I had Murphy going to look at it when I hadn't seen. He hadn't been here in Velvet or anything like that. And then he disappeared, and went and checked the cameras yesterday, and he was back in those fields, so he's back. So I just thought that maybe he'd be coming off those fields in the mornings. We don't really have anything set up there for like a north wind in the morning. So I just think maybe he'd come off of those fields and work this, like those bucks, and start getting towards a rut like this. You know, so many of the bucks just work the river, you know, go up and down. Rivers are just a couple hundred yards from us, but they go around that steep ditch up in this top here. Little guy. It's that 8. He was on that cornfield lot yesterday. I'm just hoping that does the same thing. So that's what she's running from. That's 8's gonna be a giant. Just for a little guy, look at the time length and stuff he's got. Still the same. Yeah, scrape right there. Hit a big scrape right there. So. That's exactly what we were expecting him to do. That 8-point is kind of crooked. He's like a 2-year-old. He's got great time length and stuff. He's going to be a superstar for the future, but he's been on that cornfield up there. Hope we can string together a few years of wet weather and no EHD and get some of these bucks, you know, through to 5 and 6. It just stinks. Last year we had such a dry year, and the EHD was as bad. We just lost so many. So it's time to rebuild again, as I'm being very, very careful on some of these 5-year-olds that are big. It's like, they made it this far, let's just let them go another year. Even though a couple of them might be close to 180 inches, you know. In the past, you'd always be, man, 180-inch deer, we're hunting that thing as long as he's 5. But now, you just progress. You know, I've shot a lot of deer like that. I've shot 5 or 6 200s. It's like, you know, that's your goal, is to try to get one to 200. You always just want to keep upping your game and make it more and more of a challenge. It's got these two Summit stands up, and they're just a perfect combination, you know, with these ladder sticks. You know, one of them's got the back of it on the chair and the one doesn't, so if you have two of them, it's just too much. That's just the perfect combination, those two stands. And those sticks are so quick and easy to get up. So what we're going to do here is we got a couple real scrapes. So we're going to make another mock scrape over here as well. Give them a couple spots because there's a big highway that runs along the ridge of this way. These are kind of the branches that, you know, you kind of want for a licking branch. I'm just going to make a mock scrape right here. It's right on the trail. See this big highway going through here. So I'm just gonna take this Alright, so what I'm doing here is I've got a stand right there, and we just made a mock scrape here. There's a real scrape over there, but along this trail right here, I can't really get a shot back behind the stand, but I can get here, so I want something to stop them. And since this is in the timber, you can't get in here, you know, to come and freshen this up all the time. I'm going to double it up with the rope here, where we got the scent you put on the rope, but I'm going to also put a scrape dripper on the branch above it. Since I can't get in here to refreshen that all the time, it's going to double up on it and have that one up there, the dripper, so it just constantly drips in here as well. So even when the scent wears off of this rope, if I don't get back to it, it's going to keep on dripping. So we just kind of want to make like a buck playground right in here. We trimmed out a bunch of stuff. It's a nice knob where our stand is on the top of the knob, where if deer are down on the bottom, you can rattle. They can't see over the other side, so it's perfect for that, to try to rattle them up here. Pretty good. Went in that actual scrape, came right to the scrape we put up yesterday, and I just smelled the rope for a second, then just kind of walked out, but certainly would have given it a close shot.
James and I are up in a tree again this morning, same spot we saw yesterday morning, but didn't see the buck we're after. I asked Captain Lakosky if we could call this buck Weber. Every one of his blades have common bases, basically, so he's got a bunch of little cool webbing in his rack. I definitely want to see the buck in person. I can't wait to see him. He's super unique. The buck right down to the right. That's Lee's buck. side off. Broke the whole right side off. Completely broke off. That's awesome. I don't know if Lee will like this text, but I said the white rag buck he just passed, which will be a freaking giant, just cruised through and broke his entire right beam off just ahead of the brow tine. What? Who in the heck did that? Wow. With that golden rope and scent dripper yesterday in here. It's a big scrape over there. A real scrape. You know, that was here when we got in the stand. But then I made another one right here. And both bucks that came in walked right past the real scrape and came in to hit that golden rope one. Yes. Oh my gosh, I love archery hunting. So the mystery half-rat buck. We've been wondering all morning. We've seen him 3 or 4 times. Thought he was the big one Lee was hunting and broke off, but it's like, how could he do that? Finally, we saw him again up the hill and his rattle a little bit. And this other mature 9-pointer, he's 4+ year old. They both come walking right down the hill. Half rack is still back here. Meanwhile, there's 2 other bucks chasing a doe and grunting over there. This is amazing. There's a buck coming right down here. Buck coming right here.
face, but as soon as he was coming up, I could kind of just feel it at the back of my head. And I don't know if he got a whiff of us or, you know, being so close, when you look up, which is pretty skyline right here, and I don't know if he just saw us, saw something he didn't like, or if he smelled us, but either way, I guess if I had my mind made up 100% that I was going to shoot him, I probably would have shot him like right when we turned broadside there for a second, but just wasn't 100% sure on it. But I guess he made the decision for me.
Did you have any luck?
Well, yes and no.
Okay.
Had luck that we saw him and bad luck that he saw us.
Oh.
Well,
Here.
it's always hard though when you're like on a hill, you know, like it's perfect for like when you're rattling there, they can't see on the other side and stuff, but like we're on top and it goes right down to the main ditch down there, and he was rattling, came up from down there. So they're naturally looking up as they go up, and you know, you're at like 20 yards, and I was like, should I shoot him? I was like,
Nate's like, yeah.
well, he was never I mean, he was coming at us, you know, and one time he turned sideways, so I could have maybe shot there, and I was just, but we thought he was gonna come like right in front, like right where we have the scrapes that they made, but he was coming right there, and then he turned and just went like this way, and then he just was like, and hooked up at us, and I was like, and then he turned around.
Okay, wait, is he shooter or not? Thumbs up or
I
thumbs
don't
down?
know.
Oh
This is
my gosh, Lakosky this year.